You know that moment when a man looks at you and something in his eyes makes your heart skip for just a second. It's subtle. He doesn't say anything, but his energy shifts. Maybe his body leans a little closer, maybe his voice softens, or maybe you catch him stealing a glance when he thinks you're not looking. And suddenly you're wondering, is he into me or am I just imagining it? Let me tell you this, men aren't always direct when it comes to attraction. They won't walk up and say, I want you, even when that's exactly what's going through the mind. Instead, they show it in quiet, powerful ways that most women overlook. But once you know what to look for, you'll start noticing it everywhere. Because when a man truly wants you, not just for attention, not just for a moment, but when he's genuinely drawn to you, something changes in how he behaves around you. His voice lowers, his focus narrows, his body language becomes magnetic. Even the way he breathes shifts slightly when you're near. And here's the secret. Men can't fake these signs. They can try to act smooth, they can try to play it cool, but attraction always leaks through the cracks. It's in his eyes, his tone, his posture, his patience. It's the way he listens when you talk, how he laughs just a little too hard at your jokes, or how he finds excuses to be near you without ever saying why. So, if you've been second guessing whether that guy at work, the one who lingers in conversation, or the one who seems to notice every small thing about you, is actually into you, you're about to get your answer. Because today, I'm breaking down 5 clear signs that reveal when a man truly wants you. These are the signals most women miss, the ones hidden between the words in his body language and in those tiny, intimate moments that speak louder than any confession. Stay with me till the end, because once you recognize these signs, you'll never doubt your intuition again, and you'll know exactly when a man's interest is real. One of the most fascinating and undeniable signs that a man wants you is mirroring. And the best part, he doesn't even realize he's doing it. When a man is genuinely attracted to you, his subconscious starts sensing with yours. His body language, gestures, posture, even the rhythm of his speech, they all begin to reflect you. It's not manipulation, and it's not intentional, it's biology. It's his brain's way of saying, I'm connected to her. I want to be in tune with her. Think about it. When you feel close to someone, you naturally start to move in harmony. You laugh when they laugh. You lean in when they do, and somehow your energy feels balanced. That's not coincidence. That's chemistry in motion. So how does it look in real life? Maybe you cross your legs and a few seconds later he does too. Maybe you take a sip of your coffee and he suddenly remembers his drink. Or you tilt your head as you listen and he mirrors that exact angle. He's not doing it to impress you, it's instinctive. His subconscious mind is trying to create alignment. This mirroring goes beyond the physical, it shows up in emotional energy too. If you're calm and soft-spoken, you'll notice his tone drops to match yours. If you're playful and teasing, suddenly he's joking back, his smile wider, his shoulders relaxed. You've set the rhythm, and he's dancing to it without even realizing it. Why does this happen? Because mirroring is the body's built-in way of saying, I feel safe with you, I like you, I want you to feel comfortable around me. When a man mirrors you, it's his non-verbal attempt to build emotional connection. He's matching your frequency so you both feel in sync. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Mirroring isn't just a sign of attraction, it's also a sign of respect. It means he's paying attention, he's tuned in, he's not distracted by his phone, not scanning the room, not lost in thought. His focus is on you. Every little cue you give off, your gestures, your expressions, your tone, he's subconsciously absorbing and reflecting them back. It's his way of saying, without words, I'm with you in this moment. So the next time you're with a man you're curious about, test it. Try leaning in slightly during conversation. See if he follows. Take a slow sip of your drink and notice if he does the same right after. Or cross your arms and watch if his body echoes yours. If he's mirroring, you'll pick it up instantly once you know what to look for. And ladies, don't underestimate how powerful this is, because the moment you notice it, you gain insight into his desire. A man who mirrors your movements, your expressions, even your emotional tone, is silently telling you, I'm invested in this connection. Of course, there's a fine line. Some men mirror others out of habit or social politeness. But when it's attraction driven, it feels different. There's a kind of rhythm to it, a flow. His body language feels fluid, his attention unwavering, and the air between you starts to feel charged. It's subtle, yes, but it's also one of the most intimate forms of connection, because mirroring isn't about touch, it's about energy. and energy never lies. So the next time you notice a man moving in sync with you, even in the smallest ways, smile. Because without even knowing it, he's already saying, I see you. I feel you. I want to be closer to you. There's something about a man's eyes that gives him away long before his words ever do. You can tell so much from a single glance, the curiosity, the warmth, the attraction. And when a man truly wants you, his eyes become his biggest truth tellers. You'll notice it first when you're not even looking for it. Maybe you're at a gathering, chatting with someone else, laughing at a story. And out of nowhere, you feel it. That quiet, unmistakable weight of someone's gaze on you. You turn and there he is, pretending to look elsewhere or holding your eyes just a second longer than casual would allow. That moment of connection isn't random. It's him being drawn to you like a magnet. No matter who else is around, when a man is attracted to, his eyes find you effortlessly, instinctively. It's like his mind subconsciously keeps track of where you are in the room. You could be across a table walking by or in the middle of a crowd, and somehow his focus keeps coming back to you. It's not just visual, it's emotional. His gaze says things he hasn't yet found the courage to voice. It's as if his eyes are silently asking, do you feel this too? Now, here's what's interesting. Not all eye contact is the same. There's polite eye contact, the kind we give in conversation. And then there's that look, the look that lingers half a second too long. The look that feels like he's studying your face, memorizing the way you smile or the way your eyes light up when you talk. That's not random interest. That's attraction, deep, magnetic, and often uncontrollable. And you'll notice how his eyes behave differently with you. When you're near, they soften. When you speak, they focus. When you laugh, they brighten. That's emotional presence. He's not scanning the room or distracted by his phone. He's attuned to you. In a world full of noise, his attention lands exactly where his desire does on you. Sometimes he'll even get a little nervous when you catch him looking. Maybe he glances away quickly, pretending he wasn't staring, but that flicker of tension, that small smile afterward, that's him trying to mask what he feels. Because here's the truth, men might control their words, but they can't control their eyes. When he wants you, his gaze isn't just about attraction, it's about admiration. He's fascinated by you. He's watching how you express yourself, how you move, how you carry your confidence. It's his way of learning you piece by piece without rushing the process. And there's something beautiful about that kind of attention. Because when a man truly sees you, not just your looks, but your presence, you feel it. The air between you changes. It's that electric, unspoken connection that only two people tuned into each other can sense. So if you find his eyes constantly landing on you, not in a possessive way, but in a warm, admiring, quietly captivated way, that's your sign. He's not just looking, he's seeing. Here's a little secret: men don't look at every woman that way. When he looks at you like that, when you can feel it without even glancing back, it means he's drawn to your energy, not just your appearance. It's attraction that runs deeper than surface level. So next time you catch him watching you, don't rush to look away. Hold his gaze for a heartbeat longer. Let that moment breathe, because sometimes a single second of eye contact can say everything he's too shy or too scared to admit out loud. When a man is truly drawn to you, he won't always say it outright, but his actions will keep pulling him closer. You'll notice it not in what he tells you, but in what he does. And one of the clearest signs that he wants you is that he constantly finds excuses to be near you, even when he doesn't have a reason to be. Maybe it starts subtly. You're sitting in a cafe with friends, and somehow he ends up taking the seat next to you, even though there were plenty of others available. Or perhaps he coincidentally shows up where you usually go, that same gym class, that local event, that hangout spot you mentioned in passing. He'll play it off casually. Oh wow, didn't know you'd be here. But trust me, he did. His presence isn't accidental, it's instinct. See, when a man wants a woman, his natural instinct is proximity. He wants to be close enough to feel your energy, to catch your scent, to hear the tone of your laugh. He might not even touch you, but just being near you gives him that quiet satisfaction, that invisible thread of connection. And this kind of closeness isn't random. It's the way he feels safe building emotional intimacy without pushing boundaries. He's learning you, your moods, your habits, your rhythm, just by being around you. It's his way of saying, I'm interested in you, but I respect your space. Here's the secret though. Men who are genuinely interested will create small opportunities to be near you, not just convenient ones. He might need your opinion on something simple. He might start showing up earlier than usual just to have a few minutes alone with you. Or he'll offer to help with something you mentioned offhand, even if it's not really necessary. All of this is his subconscious trying to deepen connection through time and closeness. Because for a man, proximity builds comfort, and comfort builds chemistry. The more he's around you, the more natural it feels. The more natural it feels, the harder it becomes for him to hide how much he enjoys your presence. You'll notice it too in the small moments, how he subtly moves closer when you're talking, how he leans in to hear you even when he doesn't really have to, or how his body seems to angle toward yours whenever you're together. These are micro signals of attraction. They're his way of saying, I want to be in your space, but I don't want to cross a line. And that's what makes this sign so powerful. It's not about physical touch, it's about energetic closeness. When he wants you, his body and his choices work together to keep him within your orbit. Now, some women confuse this with friendliness, and yes, some men are just naturally sociable. But there's a difference between friendly proximity and intentional closeness. The difference is in his focus. When he's around you, his attention sharpens. He's not half listening, not distracted. His energy feels anchored to you, like he's tuned out the rest of the room. So pay attention to the moments where he chooses your company over others, even in subtle ways. Does he linger when everyone else has left? Does he find ways to keep the conversation going even when it could have ended? Does he offer his help, his time, his presence without expecting anything in return? If the answer is yes, then trust what you're seeing. Because when a man consistently shows up near you, not out of convenience, but out of desire, he's not just being friendly. He's quietly telling you, being around you feels good. I'm drawn to your presence. I don't want to leave just yet. That's not coincidence. That's attraction unfolding slowly, beautifully right in front of you. There's something incredibly revealing about a man's voice when he's around a woman he's attracted to. You might not notice it right away, but if you listen closely, you'll hear it. The way his tone softens, the way his pace slows, or the way his laughter sounds a little deeper, more genuine. When a man wants you, his voice gives him away every single time. Men naturally adjust their tone and speech patterns depending on who they're talking to. Around friends, his voice might be loud, confident, even rough. But when he's around you, the woman who's caught his attention, everything subtly shifts. It becomes smoother, warmer, and more intentional. Why? Because his body instinctively knows he's in the presence of someone who matters. Scientists call it vocal modulation. It's when our voices unconsciously change to attract or connect with someone we desire. For men, that often means speaking in a slightly lower pitch, not to sound macho, but because a deeper tone communicates confidence and calm. It's the body's natural way of saying, I'm here, you can feel safe with me. Picture this, you're chatting with him about something ordinary, maybe work or plans for the weekend, and you notice his tone dip just a little. His sentences slow down. He starts speaking in a rhythm that feels almost intimate. It's not what he says, it's how he says it. You feel it in the air, that invisible pull that makes even small talk feel magnetic. That change is instinctive. His voice is subconsciously trying to build emotional closeness. And here's the beautiful part. When a man's truly interested, he'll start mirroring your tone too. If you're speaking softly, he'll match that softness. If you're teasing, his voice will pick up that playful energy. This vocal harmony creates comfort, chemistry, and connection all at once. It's also in the pauses. Listen to how he responds to you. Does he take a second before answering, as if he's savoring the moment? Does he linger on certain words when he compliments you, as if he wants you to feel the weight of them? Those pauses are not random. That's his attraction speaking. His voice is trying to slow the world down when he's with you. And it's not just about tone, it's about focus. When a man wants you, he listens differently. His responses become more engaged, more personal. His voice drops slightly when he asks you questions like, how was your day? Or what are you doing this weekend? Not because he's just being polite, but because he genuinely cares about your answers. Even laughter changes. Pay attention to the way he laughs when he's with you versus when he's around others. With you, it feels warmer, deeper, more natural. That's not performative, it's the sound of comfort. It's his nervous system relaxing because he enjoys your presence. And yes, sometimes voice shift comes with nervous energy. He might stumble on a word or chuckle awkwardly mid-sentence. But that little imperfection, that's pure authenticity. It's his body betraying his calm exterior, showing you that you actually affect him. Let's not forget, attraction isn't always loud or obvious. Sometimes it's quiet. It lives in the way his voice dips when he says your name, or how he says good night a little slower than he needs to, as if he's reluctant to let the moment end. Those are the subtleties that reveal real desire. And here's something powerful: your voice affects him too. When you speak with warmth and confidence, when your tone carries curiosity, playfulness, or that soft spark of femininity, he feels it. It draws him in. It makes him want to match your energy, to stay in conversation longer, to keep you engaged. Because attraction isn't just seen, it's heard. You can fake words, but you can't fake energy. So the next time you're talking to a man and you notice his tone changing, his voice getting softer, deeper, or slower, pay attention. That's not coincidence. That's chemistry whispering through his vocal cords. That's his attraction trying to make you feel something, even before he finds the courage to say it out loud. And when you hear it, that warmth, that rhythm, that subtle pull in his voice, know this: he's not just talking to you, he's connecting with you. If there's one thing that can make a man fall head over heels without even realizing it, it's playful teasing. It's the secret language of attraction, one that stirs curiosity, builds tension, and creates an unforgettable spark between you and him. Think of it like a slow dance between confidence and charm, where you make him smile, challenge him a little, and keep him wondering what you'll say next. Teasing isn't about being mean or mocking, it's about being fun, flirty, and emotionally intelligent. The goal is to make him feel alive around you. Because here's the truth: men don't fall for the woman who simply agrees with everything they say. They fall for the woman who brings out their playful side, who makes them laugh, who knows how to keep things light yet deeply magnetic. A little teasing shows that you're confident enough to be yourself. It says, I'm not trying too hard, I'm enjoying this. And that confidence is irresistible. When you make a man laugh, especially in a flirtatious way, you're not just entertaining him, you're connecting with him on a deeper emotional frequency. You're showing him that you're not afraid to play, to have fun, to live in the moment. For example, if he's bragging about something, you can smile and say, whoa, should I start taking notes? Or if he's taking himself too seriously, a playful, relax, Mr. Perfect, you're allowed to make mistakes, can make him laugh and instantly feel at ease. It breaks down his emotional walls in a way that no compliment ever could. Teasing also builds sexual tension without ever crossing a line. When you laugh together, you're subconsciously building chemistry. Your eyes linger longer. Your tone softens, your bodies lean closer. That's the power of playful energy. It makes you both feel like co-conspirators in your own little world. But here's where most people go wrong. They think teasing is about dominance or control. It's not. It's about balance. You tease to show you're interested, but you also know when to soften it with warmth. You can say something flirty and then follow it with a genuine compliment like, you're such a dork, but in the most adorable way. That's what keeps him emotionally safe while still keeping the spark alive. Men often crave this kind of light-hearted connection because the world doesn't give them many places to just be themselves. When they find a woman who makes them laugh and feel seen at the same time, it's unforgettable. You become a source of joy, not pressure. Someone who can turn an ordinary moment into something magical. And here's a little secret: playful teasing also builds respect. It tells him that you see him as your equal, not someone to chase or impress. You're confident in your presence and secure in your femininity. You're not afraid to challenge him, but you do it with grace. That's the kind of woman who stays in a man's mind long after the conversation ends, because she's rare. She doesn't just make him feel wanted, she makes him feel alive. So the next time you're with a man you like, don't hold back your playful side. Smile more. Say the witty thing that pops into your head. Nudge him gently with humor. Let the teasing become your secret code, a way of saying, I like you, but I'm not going to make it too easy for you. That's how you make him lean in, both emotionally and physically. Because in the dance of attraction, it's not the loudest moves that matter. It's the subtle ones. The laughter, the glances, the moments of teasing silence. And when you master that balance of flirtation and affection, you don't just catch his attention, you capture his heart. So here's the truth. Love, making a man obsessed with you, isn't about games, pretending, or playing hard to get. It's about understanding connection. It's about knowing how to touch his heart, his mind, and yes, his curiosity. When you master these 5 secrets, the art of touch, emotional presence, subtle confidence, eye contact, and playful teasing, you stop chasing and start attracting, because the real magic happens when you show up as you. Confident, playful, and emotionally grounded. When a man feels the energy from you, he doesn't just want your attention, he craves your presence. He starts thinking about you when you're not around. He replays your smile, your words, your laughter, and that's when attraction turns into addiction. So take what you've learned today and use it, not to manipulate, but to express your most magnetic, authentic self. Because when you know your worth, you stop settling for half-hearted connections. You start building something real, something unforgettable. If this video helped you see men differently, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because the next one will go even deeper into the psychology of attraction and emotional connection. Comment below, which of these 5 secrets are you going to try first? I'd love to hear your story, because remember, love isn't found by chance. It's built through understanding. And you, my dear, are learning how to master it.